yesterday, Dwayne Wade, the Miami Heat played Los Angeles Lakers. This is presumably Dwayne Wade's last year playing in the NBA. He's making this rounds. People giving him adulation and rightfully so. Dwayne Wade is probably the third best shooting guard or fourth, definitely in the top five shooting guards of all time. The man is a three-time champion, multiple All-Star appearances, won an Olympic gold medal a couple times, was a standout player at Marquette University from Chicago, my hometown. We produced all these great NBA players over the last 20 years. But yeah, and Stephen A. They had a discussion on First Take, and he said right out that LeBron James is a champion because of Dwayne Wade, and I agree. If everybody remember back in 2010, the summer of 2010, when LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh was all free agents, and Quiet as it kept, Carmelo Anthony should have been a free agent because if he didn't sign that long-term extension with Denver, that extra extension with Denver to be on Denver the extra year or so, he would have been a free agent in 2010 because it was supposed to have been Dwayne Wade, LeBron, and Carmelo Anthony teaming up together. It wasn't supposed to be Chris Bosh. Chris Bosh was only available because Chris Bosh was only on that team with him and D Wade on Miami because Carmelo Anthony wasn't available. But Dwayne Wade could have easily went to Chicago, and Chris Bosh said that he was going wherever Dwayne Wade was going, and you know Dwayne Wade went to Chicago, had that meeting with John Paxson them, and then he wanted a second meeting. You know what I'm saying? And he said he almost signed with Chicago. If he would have signed with Chicago, the Bulls would have had to starting lineup like this: a young Derrick Rose in his prime would have been at point guard, shooting guard would have been Dwayne Wade, small forward would have been Lou Aldane, power forward would have been Chris Bosh, and center would have been Joakim Noah. They would have won the title for the next 3 years, hands down. And that team right there would not have lost to the Dallas Mavericks. That team would have beat the Dallas Mavericks. The reason why the Miami Heat lost to Dallas Mavericks in 2010 is because LeBron James was not ready for that pressure. And if Dwayne Wade was the clear-cut number one, if they would have just let Dwayne Wade be the clear-cut number one, they would have beat Dallas that year because Dwayne Wade was already a champion. And ironically, when he first became a champion in 2000, what was that, 2006, he beat the Dallas Mavericks. He went off against the Dallas Mavericks, averaged like 32 points a game in that series. That was a young Dwayne Wade. I think Dwayne Wade was like 23 maybe. He was young. And Dwayne Wade taught LeBron James and right along with Pat Riley, they taught LeBron James the mental aspect and how to handle the pressure, better. And Dwayne, like I always said, boy, Dwayne Wade has been a great friend to LeBron James because if he doesn't team up with LeBron James, if Dwayne Wade don't team up with LeBron James in Miami, and right along with Chris Bosh, LeBron James probably would not have a title right now today, because he still would have been. I don't know if he would still been mentally, weak like that as far as the pressure getting to him. He probably would have grew into that and became better. But who would he have beaten? Because he wouldn't have beat that Chicago team, whatever team he would have went to. He probably would have stayed in Cleveland. But he wasn't gonna beat that Chicago team. And then right after that Chicago team, the ironically, the Golden State Warriors was coming. So then he was not going to beat the Golden State Warriors. So yeah, he owed a lot of his legacy to Dwayne Wade. And boy, Dwayne Wade is better than me because look, you could be my friend or whatever. We could be friends off the court, but on the court, I want to smash you. You know what I'm saying? And Dwayne Wade could have been the second, or he could have been, Dwayne Wade could have been the second best shooting guard that ever lived because if he would have teamed up with Chicago, they would have won like 3 titles. Dwayne Wade would have had about 4 titles right now, man. He would have probably had 4 or maybe 5 titles. And he could have been the best player of this generation, but he handed it over to LeBron James, which, hey, that's his friend. I guess he can do what he want to do. But me, I'm not handing over nothing. Nothing. I want to, when I get on the court, basketball court, I want to step on your neck. And then after after we get off the basketball court, yeah, we can continue being friends, but I want to pound you. I don't want to join up with you. You know what I'm saying? To help you win titles. That's essentially what Dwayne Wade did. He joined up with LeBron James to help LeBron James win titles. Now everybody comparing LeBron James to Michael Jordan. They're not comparing, uh, you know, uh, you know, they're not putting D Wade in that conversation. D Wade is not in that conversation. The first tier of great players, Dwayne Wade, is he on that tier? It all depends on how many people you got on that tier, but probably not. I probably got 10 to 15 players, 10 to 15 to 20 players on that tier, and Dwayne Wade is not on that tier. But if Dwayne Wade don't join up with LeBron James, he's on that tier. No doubt he would be on that tier. You know what I'm saying? He would be on that tier with Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, Michael Jordan, uh, Bill Russell, and all the other great players that's on that tier. He would have been on that tier. Moses Malone, he would have been on that tier. But he joined up with LeBron James, helped LeBron James' career, helped save his legacy, man. Just outright saved his legacy. So, like I said, man, Dwayne Wade was a great player. Uh, to me, he leaves a good legacy in the NBA. He did his thing, man. He was Flash. Um, he terrorized people on defense. Dwayne Wade is one of the best shot blockers for a guard position. I think he's right behind Michael Jordan. He might have passed Michael Jordan for the most shot blocks by a guard, or maybe not. But I know he's up there. He's up there where he blocked a lot of shots, and yeah, man, Dwayne Wade played on both ends of the court too. He played defense. We all know he was a tremendous offensive player. Despite not really having a consistent three-point shot, he was more of a mid-range shooter, slasher. What's up, man? My mic is low. Oh, can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Oh, can y'all hear me now? I think I had my Bluetooth on, but yeah, like I said, Dwayne Wade was a tremendous basketball player. LeBron James owe everything to Dwayne Wade because that summer of 2010 could have been much different. Okay, that summer of 2010 could have been much different, man. Dwayne Wade could have joined the Bulls and they could have had a crazy starting five. Like I said, they could have had young in his prime Derrick Rose at point guard, Dwayne Wade at shooting guard, Lou Aldain at small forward, power forward Chris Bosh, and center Joakim Noah. Man, please, they could have won the title for the next 3 years, hands down, and they would have beat that Dallas team. They wouldn't have lost to that Dallas team. That team would not have lost to that Dallas team. The reason why Miami Heat lost to Dallas because LeBron James froze up. Go look at his numbers against Dallas. Those was poor. And go look at the fourth quarters. Almost every fourth quarter, LeBron James, he just froze up, man. I don't know. I don't get it, man. It was like he was looking like deer in headlights, man. And you cannot compare LeBron James to Michael Jordan, man. For one, look at that Dallas Mavericks series, and you tell me, have you ever seen Michael Jordan perform like that in the finals? Michael Jordan has never performed like that in the finals. Michael Jordan has never performed like that in the playoffs. Of course, Michael Jordan get lost in the playoffs, but he never looked like that. He never looked like he was scared. I remember Sean Marion and Deshaun. What's that dude name? Deshaun. I get his last name, but they were Terry, Jason Terry. They were punking LeBron James, man. LeBron James was looking like he just didn't know where he was at. You know what I'm saying? And then when people try to tell me he's better than Michael Jordan or he's on the same, no, he's not on the same level. They're not even on the same. They're not even on the same planet, man. LeBron James got to thank Dwayne Wade every time he see him. Man, you saved my legacy, because LeBron James was looking kind of shaky. You know what I'm saying? They had just in that summer of 2010 that he had just lost to Boston for the second year in a row. The year before he lost to Boston, he got knocked out by Dwight Howard's Orlando Magic team. You know what I'm saying? And he was having some failures, some epic failures in the playoffs, man. I know that first year he went to the finals. That one time he went to the finals with and faced the Spurs. Yeah, and nobody never talk about that. That he got swept against the Spurs. What people want to say is, see, they want to sweep that under the rug. They were like, they want to say he was young, right? Okay, but if he would have beat the Spurs, that's one of the things they would have used on his resume and be like, man, look at him. Man, he was 22, 23 years old, and he beat a Spurs team that had all types of Hall of Famers. Now that he lost against the Spurs, is he was too young. No, 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 no. Whatever's on your resume, it's fair game. It's on his resume. Whether you like it or not, whether he was young or whatever, it's on his resume. He got swept in the finals against San Antonio. You know, that's not the only time he got swept in the finals. He got swept in the finals versus Golden State. You know what I'm saying? And he got beat by Dallas, and Dallas had one star, and Dirk Nowitzki, and the Miami Heat had the Heatles. You remember the Heatles? Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, and LeBron James all in their prime, and y'all lost to Dallas Mavericks, and they had one superstar on their team. Y'all had two, and y'all had another star in Chris Bosh. So, you know what I'm saying? People kill me when they say, "Man, LeBron James going up against Golden State. Golden State is a they got three superstars on their team." Okay, I ain't hear nobody saying that the Miami Heat had three superstars on their team and they were going up against other teams. You know what I'm saying? So what about when LeBron James and Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh all went on the same team, and nobody was? I ain't hear that excuse that, man, Derrick Rose got to go. Derrick Rose went up against the Miami Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals, and look all those stars they had. You know what I'm saying? No, when you hit that court, you expected to win. Whether that team got who they got, you got who you got, you expected to win. Just like with Golden State and LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we'll do something that you know what I'm saying, go up against the team that you go up against, and don't cry about it. Just go in there and compete. Nobody want to hear about the excuses. Excuses, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got them, man. You supposed to go in there and compete with the best that you have. That's what makes superstars, or that's what make legends legends. You do something that people don't expect you to do. You ain't always got to be the favorite or always have to have the juggernaut team, because remember, you had the juggernaut team when you was in Miami. That's why y'all went to four straight finals. Y'all was a juggernaut team. That's true. A lot of excuses for LeBron, no matter what team. Yeah, yeah. There's always a lot of excuses for LeBron. LeBron James is the ultimate coach killer. You know what I'm saying? The Cleveland Cavaliers, when he left in 2010, they were so trying to keep him so bad, they fired their coach, Mike Brown. They fired Mike Brown, and Mike Brown had took that team to the Eastern Conference Finals like 3 years and took them to the finals, and they fired that man because LeBron James reportedly fell out with him. You know, because he can't take coaching. You have to play the LeBron James system. You can't coach LeBron James. He want to run the whole show. And then David Black, they fired him after him going to the finals. Now it's I mean, he wanted to get rid of Eric Spoelstra in Miami. People don't realize that he wanted Pat Riley to coach. When Miami Heat struggled in that first, I say that first 30 games they struggled in. I think they had lost somewhere up in there. They lost like 10 straight or 8 straight or something like that. He wanted Pat. He went up to Pat Riley's office and wanted Pat Riley to fire Eric Spoelstra. He wanted Pat Riley to coach. Pat Riley said, "No, I'm not coaching. Eric Spoelstra is my protege. He's gonna coach. He's a good coach." And he wanted him fired. And now it's reported that he want Luke Walton out of there. If they start struggling again, Luke Walton will be out of there. You know what I'm saying? Because LeBron James is a diva, man. The man is a diva. He don't want to take responsibility. Last year, after they got beat by Golden State, he had this rap on his hand. Somebody broke his hand and all this crazy stuff, man. You broke your hand, but you still shooting with your hand. You still able to shoot with your hand. You still dunking with your hand and all this stuff. So come on, man. There's always an excuse. Look, LeBron James is a great player. No doubt about it. The man is a great player. But he's not on my Mount Rushmore of greatest players. He just not with all those mental collapses. He had too many mental collapses to be on my Mount Rushmore of great basketball players. He just can't be up there. I can't have those many mental collapses and say that you on my Mount Rushmore. I don't care what Nick Wright say. I don't care what Shannon Sharp say. No, you're not on my Mount Rushmore. I don't care about your numbers. In any way, these numbers over the last 5 or 6 years, these are inflated NBA numbers because you can no longer play defense. How many points do y'all think Michael Jordan would average in this era? It would be unfair. Because you can't touch the man. You can't get that physical. And y'all think James Harden is going to the free throw line a lot. Y'all think James Harden is averaging 10 free throws a game. Man, Michael Jordan was going to the free throw line a lot back in the day. So I know when you get a younger generation, they never seen Michael Jordan them play. See, because this is what I say against when young guys try to argue with me with LeBron James and Michael Jordan. You never seen Michael Jordan play. Now you can go on YouTube and you can see little things there, here and there, but you never really seen Michael Jordan play. I seen Michael Jordan play from, I'm gonna say Jordan got drafted in '84. I'm gonna say I started watching Jordan around the year after he broke his leg. I think I started watching Michael Jordan like '86, somewhere up in there, '87. And from then on in, cause I'm from Chicago, so from then on, but I didn't get into watching sports until about 87, 80, 86, somewhere up in there. And I seen Michael Jordan whole career. See the advantage I got, I seen Michael Jordan whole career. I seen LeBron James whole career, and it's no comparison, man. I'm just gonna be honest with you. It's no comparison. Michael Jordan was a way better defender, way better. Michael Jordan was Michael Jordan on the ball defense. Go look at Michael Jordan his first 7, 8 years in the league. His on the ball defense was crazy, and Michael Jordan was still making all defensive teams in his ninth, 10th, 11th season. Go look how many defensive and he was the defensive player of the year. I mean, the man was complete a complete package. Complete package. He didn't yeah, his first couple years he struggled with his jump shot, but then when Michael Jordan developed his jump shot, you every time Michael Jordan shot the ball, it looked like it was going in or you thought it was going in. LeBron James still to this day struggles with his jump shot. So, and at the free throw line, I didn't have to worry about Michael Jordan at the free throw line. Of course, he missed free throws. Everybody missed free throws. Of course, he missed some important free throws. But I never had to. When Michael Jordan go through the line, I never was squeamish and like, man, can he make these? Can he make these pressure free throws? No, it was never. It was never that. You know what I'm saying? I never seen Michael Jordan not confident on the basketball court like I seen LeBron James. Look kind of iffy. Look kind of shaky. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to throw no shade towards LeBron James, but you know, young dudes can't debate me with LeBron James and Michael Jordan. It will turn from a debate to a teaching moment in about 5 minutes, because I can tear LeBron James' whole career down to the threads and expose everything underneath. It's just a media narrative that they trying to push this LeBron James versus Michael Jordan. Man, at small, and LeBron James plays small forward, right? People say he the best small forward of all times. No, Larry Bird is the best small forward of all times, man. Larry Bird had no weaknesses. And people say, he didn't play defense. Larry Bird played defense. He wasn't an explosive. See, when you an explosive athlete, when you play defense, it looks better and it comes off better from when you're not an explosive athlete. Larry Bird was not an explosive athlete, but he shot the ball well from anywhere on the floor. He posted up well. Go look at Larry Bird numbers. The man averaged for his career. Now this is for his career. Now people rave about LeBron James number. I think LeBron James averages like 27, 7, and 6. 27 points, 7 rebounds, and like 6 or 7 assists. Or I'm gonna say 7 assists. Larry Bird averaged 24 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists as a small forward. And that was in the era where the big men, power forwards, and the centers were grabbing a lot of the rebounds. And unlike now you don't have power forwards and centers really grabbing a whole lot of rebounds because a lot of the power forwards and centers are playing on the perimeter. So that's why you can get guards like Russell Westbrook, John Wall, and all these small guards averaging 3, 4, 5 rebounds a game. It's because the big man has been taken from under the basket and they're mostly stretched out to the perimeter. Larry Bird averaged 10 rebounds a game when he had McHale and Parrish on his team. Two guys themselves that average a lot of rebounds. So you can't tell me that LeBron James is so much better than Larry Bird. No, I got Larry Bird. And then another thing, I don't have to mentally. I don't have to worry about Larry Bird. I don't have to worry about him mentally collapsing. You don't see that with Larry. He doesn't collapse. Of course, everybody have bad games. Everybody have bad performances. But you don't see him collapse. I seen Larry Bird last. I seen Larry Bird for like 6 or 7 of his years playing in the NBA because him and Magic came in '79. You know what I'm saying? I was born in '76, so I was 3 when they came in. But it wasn't until like I said, I started looking at NBA like '87, '86. That's when I started seeing Larry Bird career, and I seen at least a solid 6 years. You know what I'm saying? And even then, on the back half of his career, he still was a great player, even when he had back issues. So I would take Larry Bird over LeBron James at small forward any day of the week. You can have LeBron James. Give me Larry Bird. I'm being what? Grinding. But yeah, man. But that's what I wanted to say, man. Stephen A. Smith, he spoke the truth, man, when he said that, LeBron James owed a lot of his legacy to Dwayne Wade. Because Dwayne Wade could have shifted the balance of power and went somewhere else and not team up with LeBron James in Miami. Because remember, as the greatest player as LeBron James was, he could not get no stars to come to Cleveland. No stars was coming to Cleveland to play with him. So he had to. That's one of the reasons why he had to leave Cleveland. Yeah, I know, and Chris Bosh. Yeah, yeah. But that's the reason why LeBron James had to leave Cleveland because no superstars was coming to Cleveland to play with LeBron James because they didn't want to live in Cleveland. They didn't want to be in Cleveland. So that's why he left, and that's why he. Well, they in 2008 they all talked about it. Him, Carmelo Anthony, and LeBron James talked about it. Like I said, it wasn't supposed to be in Chris Bosh. It was supposed to be in Carmelo Anthony. But when they signed those contracts, when they signed their after they rookie contracts, LeBron James and Dwayne Wade signed for 2 years. Carmelo Anthony signed for 4 years. And when he signed for those 4 years, it took him out of the running of being a free agent in 2010 because they wanted to be free agents for 2010. I think LeBron James a good teammate. I think LeBron James. You think LeBron James is a good teammate? I mean, he's a good teammate. He's not no leader like everybody say he is. Because I'm gonna tell you what leaders. This is what leadership is all about. Leadership is not being perfect. Leadership is not always about making the right decision all the time. This was a leader. A leader got to take accountability. You know what I mean? A leader have to be able to communicate with the people that he's leading. And a leader, when the times get tough, a leader cannot fall apart mentally. And that's what happened to LeBron James last year in the finals. Yeah, J.R. Smith made a bad decision at the end of that game against Golden State in the finals in game one when LeBron James was having a great game. But this is one thing LeBron James can't do. You can't show up your teammate on the floor like that. You can't go on the bench and sit away from your team and not be in a huddle. When your coach, Tyronn Lue, is giving y'all instructions and you over there pouting on the side, pouting. That's not a leader. See, a leader, when you say something, when you say a leader, to me, I always said this. Leaders are not made, leaders are born. It's just something just in you when you're born. It's just certain gifts people are born with. You know what I'm saying? Just certain things people are born with within themselves that makes you already have the ingredients to be a leader. Some people don't have the ingredients to be a leader. And just because you're the best basketball player on the team doesn't make you the leader. That because you the best at any team sports doesn't make you a good leader. Leaders are born, they're not made. And leaders are tried not when things are going right all the time. Leaders are mostly tried and revealed when things go awry or when things are not going well. Then you're gonna see who's a leader.
You notice Chris Bosh did not talk to Dwayne Wade or LeBron James. When he's not a good leader neither. No, he's not a good leader. He's a tremendous basketball player. I was in Miami at that the time I used to go for the Bulls instead. I used to go for the Bulls instead of Miami. Well, the Bulls had they were one player away from beating Miami because the Bulls matched up good against Miami. It's just Derrick Rose is the only player that can get his own shot really for the Bulls. The Bulls needed one more playmaker that can get his own shot. You know what I'm saying to be able to beat that Miami team. But like I said, leaders are born, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm getting off subject a little bit, but people want Odell Beckham to be a leader. Odell Beckham will never be a leader. He's too he's too unstable mentally to be a leader. Your leader have to be strong minded, not perfect, not always make the right decisions. He has to make constant good constant quality decisions for the most part. And Odell Beckham, that man is never going to be a leader. I know Chris Carter be on his show talking about Odell Beckham has learned to be a leader this year. Man, you don't learn to be no leader, man. You can learn to lead yourself a little bit better, but to be trusted to lead others, I wouldn't trust Odell Beckham to lead others. Agree. Beckham lets his he let his feelings. You cannot be overly emotional and let your feelings control everything. See one thing. See, I'm gonna get a little bit off topic again, but one thing between the difference between a man and a woman is emotional by nature. A man supposed to be a calm with his emotions and it should be able to put his emotions in the right context. A woman is emotional by nature. That's her nature. A man, like I said, a man has to be able to uh, compartmentalize his emotions. But I'm gonna get out of here, man. I'll probably come back later with another one, y'all. I'm out.